Air. Here we go. We are gaming. This is the definition of gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, if I turn this way down, then turn that up, what do I hear? I can't hear that. Fair enough. I can go loud. We don't need it to be loud. Gotta find the stream and let the Discord know. Let's see the channel. There's someone streaming. Oh my god, it's me. It's me. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me get the link of the stream and then go on. My goodness gracious. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'll read the chat in just a second. Was not expecting you all to be here so quickly. My goodness. That's incredible. Hold on. I gotta do shenanigans. Hold on, okay. I gotta ping the Discord, everyone. Hold on. At everyone. Pro mod here, don't mind me. Stream is live. I did 4 exclamation marks yesterday. I'll do 3 because 3 is like, really? Why are you doing 3? 4 is like, okay, you are cringe. 3 is right in the edge of cringe there. I should probably include the link to the stream. Now that's up. My goodness gracious. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so back. I'm excited because it was a chaotic 4 hours. The beginning of my day. How was it a chaotic 4 hours? I hear you not asking, but I will answer it nonetheless. Well, I was staring at Mortarion, and I had it's like writer's block, but it's for painters, and I was staring at him for almost 4 hours and didn't know what to do. I had no idea what I was doing, and then I eventually got out of it. And we were good. But literally, here's a testament. I eventually turned on music probably an hour after, and so you can see I'm 4 hours into this video. Like 3 hours. I got to 1 hour yesterday, and then I just 3 hours straight. It was just the freaking this song, the low cortisol meme. It helped. It got me out of that situation. That's. I backspace a lot. My god, that's worn in. But, yeah. So, thankfully, I figured out what I was going to do eventually, which is good before you start a stream. So I have a process down. I have what I'm gonna start to work on. We'll see how much of it we get done. And then we can move on to some other shenanigans, which I do have some possibilities as far as how some of this stuff will go. Ooh, what I should do. First, let me give you a little game plan. Let me get you up to speed. First off, hi everybody. My goodness, look at everyone here. Dude, this makes me so freaking happy. You guys have no idea. Hold on. Here first, well, nice. Mia Oswald, yep. I'm here. Hello, tuning in from the bath again. Fair enough. Also, RIP to your burrito. That was a tragic moment, but I hope the cookies turned out nicely. To all, yes, Sherlock, it's the dark red guard guy. I recognize you. I know you. Hello, coffee, new burrito. Oh, I just read okay, good. There's a new burrito. Okay, perfect. Micah Fire Ant, hello, welcome. Sinisty says, it's me. Was that the bite of 87? I don't know. Feather has the Rito. The Rito is good. He's glad to hear it. Shenanigans are fun. 7 for Nurgle. Yes, sir. In the bath, eating a burrito, drinking a cherry Coke. Life is good. That sounds awesome as all heck. Oh my god, everyone's doing good. Fire Ant Soup. What is soup, Fire Ant? French in the chat. Sinisty, the German, is going to go against the French, so we'll see how that plays out. Is soup French? Oh, wait, never mind. Very sunburnt. Cool. Bro, what is that? Probably in reference to the low cortisol meme. What are your chances I add dark red corpses to my base? 100% chance, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are literally 6 corpses there, some of them freshly killed. So the probability is very high for some dark red. Okay. As you should, XD, they did. Micah is my brother. Oh, very cool, very cool. Welcome, Micah. Ocean a soup. Neat. You suggest to me do the armor for Mortarion today. Yeah, fair. The armor's basically... There's some stuff I got to do before the armor. Now, kind of caught up on chat. Thank you, and hello again. But let me get you up to speed with the current situation, the current status quo, if you would. So here we have a hand, and now we have our boy Mortarion. A little bit has changed. A very little bit has changed, but you suggest I get sidetracked today. That's not a suggestion, dude. That is just, that's a prophecy that will come true. Do you want to show the blue corpse, please, from the Death Guard? Perhaps I will. Who knows? The shoulder pad, very good. The shoulder pad looking snazzy. I took some advice from a very professional, a pro painter, if you would, in our Discord server. His Instagram handle is Leaf Paints Minis, but he gave me a great suggestion. Got ad? Oh, fair enough. Same. Leaf, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Looks like everyone's got an ad. I'll give him a split second to get through the ad before I continue yapping, because yapping is the way. But he suggested, because in the beginning of this whole armor panel, it was looking a little grim. Not grim dark, grim in a oh, this doesn't look good sort of way. Not leave them behind. YouTube Premium, fair enough. All right, I gotta get an inside joke for the premium users or in the members. But Leaf suggested to get some more contrast to mix the base color with a darker color. So I don't know if you can see here, right? Let me hold on. I don't have. I'll use the end of a brush. But take a look right here in this little nook right here. That is dark. Very dark. I actually went in with some dark gray, and I glazed that in there to really establish darkness in the recesses. I did a little bit of that. You can't see it too much, but a little bit of that in the recesses here, just like Leaf suggested. And it's all actually turned out very well, and it's very cool. And, he knows what he's doing, so I listen to him. I listen and learn. We're doing the 14th again. I mean, I guess we'll see. Probably. I'm probably going to ignore it this time, but yeah, probably. But right now, what we're going to work on, I see a lot of suggestions from the armor to the cloak. Let me tell you why I won't be doing the armor just yet. The army, Lauren Eckert, he's not dying on the ground, unsubscribed. There's 2 fire ants on the chat. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's freaking... They're multiplying. Let's go. But no, there's still stuff to do. So first off, there is a... I think you should paint Morty. Great suggestion, dude. I actually love that. But the reason I'm not doing the armor is because I'm going to be doing a lot of highlights on this cloak. Okay? And there's going to be other stuff that I'll be doing as well, whether it be painting chains, painting other extraneous bits, painting these spikes right here. There's a lot to paint that's on top or near the armor. And the armor needs to stay the deck tan color that it is. And you can already see on this knee pad, there's a little bit of where I have kind of, completely missed the mark as far as the cloak and nailed that. So I'm saving the armor to be last because the armor g's enamel washed. Once it's enamel washed, it's set in stone and I can't do any changes. So that has to be the last thing I do. Because I got to come in with some deck tan paint and just patch all that up, patch up some bleed out spots with some brass there, and then go about my day. But there's other details to do as well. I don't know if you can see this green shoulder pad. I don't know if you can notice the spikes. The spikes coming out. What do we think of the spikes? Do we think they're decent? Think they're all right? I might do a little editing to them, but right now, I'm kind of vibing with them personally. I think they're very cool. Oh, yes, do I have a community on YT? If I do, I need to put my guard there. Yes, I have a, yeah, so Patreon and YouTube members get access to Discord. I haven't fully set up the Patreon just yet, which I need to do because I'm going to kind of veer into mostly shouting out the Patreon stuff, just so in case I do any videos of 3D printing Warlord Titans and they get nuked, I can throw them up on Patreon, and so that way that's all there. But, you know, that's beside the point. I'm still working on it. But, yeah, so thank you. You like the spikes? You like them? They're spiky? Yeah, they're spiky. This took me 4 hours. This took me 3.5 hours to figure out how to do. And then it took me 30 minutes to just get the spikes done. But, yeah, my whole day... he got some boners in his shoulder. Perhaps. There's more on his back. That's what we're going to paint. This is what we're going to paint. We're going to paint more of those, okay? But, yeah, I couldn't for the life of me figure out a good bone texture that I wanted. And I was struggling. I was really struggling to come up with something. Here's what I've done before, and it's kind of, I'm gonna have to bring these guys up to speed. But this is what I had before. Okay. God, I had the lore accurate poo stain on his cloak. Fair enough. But this is what I had. So really, if you look at it, it's actually it's basically like a rough. Like, this is the beginning. It's almost like if you turn down the resolution on painting skills, and this was at, like, 360p, and then this was at, like, 180p, maybe 4K. But you can see a nice smooth transition going from dark to kind of the bone color to then the light color. And then this, I got to come back to it because... like, I do all that, except I don't blend it. So it's a little blending would probably go a long way. RTX on versus RTX off. Exactly right. But, so for right now, I'm just going to start painting his exposed ribcage smokestacks. I do want to try a little something with this, though. Sure, do you want to try something? It depends. It depends. If it's trying to pistachio ice cream, which I don't think I've ever had. That's a lie. I have had pistachio ice cream deep fried at a Japanese restaurant because I'm a weeb. But if we look at the box art here, we take a look, right? Ooh, interesting. Notice what they have going on his little exposed rib cage. They actually have like some magenta. Oh, it's almost like the bones are still fresh out of like a freaking rib cage. It's a little. Like, when I think about it, it's a little gruesome. And it irks me a little bit to my stomach. And I want to try that, because that's neat. So I'm going to be trying a little bit of color, probably after the bone marrow. Exactly. So I'll probably be trying a little bit of that after we get everything established. We'll do the scythe. Yeah, I'm going to do the scythe at some point. It is pink and real bone, too. Yeah, it's a very... Because I know... I don't know if I saw it. No, I did see it. Yeah, because my mom took a photo of it. But a deer was killed in the pasture, and then it was just kind of left there. The bones are still there to this day. I go pay my respects every now and then. But, yeah, you would have vultures eating it, and you see them picking off the bone. And, yeah, it turned into that kind of sickly pinkish color. So when I see the rib cage, I think of a dead deer in the pasture. So, we're 13 minutes into the stream. We're doing good. But now... Yeah, the scythe, I have a special plan for the scythe that still needs just a couple things worked out. Because, let me showcase this guy. I have... We all already there. Yeah. So, if we take a look here, you can see all this texture I've done for this rust. I added a bunch of blood and stuff. But I like to do texture paint on the weapons. I really just like corroded weapons, because that's kind of fun. And I'm going to do that on the scythe, except there's two different defined little textures going on here. You have what looks like the sharp blade. Okay? And then you have, like, the housing stuff going on with another rib cage. Wow, how fun. Part of this is going to be textured. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make the blade completely rusted, or if I want the blade to be polished, because that would be unique amongst my army, because no one else has a polished blade. So it might look unique if his blade is polished. Then we do something fun with the color going on here. That's like, oh wow, there's poison and something being injected into there. Maybe doing rust on top, because the contrast of like the browns and the oranges on the rust, and then maybe the bright shiny silver with maybe some blood and guts. Who knows? Might be fun. Who knows? But I still gotta think of all that and think it all through. Am I going to non-metallic metal on the blade? Now that's a good question. I don't know. Blade clean shows how important he is. I'm leaning that way as well. We could do a green glow, a green. Okay, great suggestions, everyone. I'm liking these suggestions. We might do. Yeah, we'll see what happens. He's a reluctant demon guy, so that would be cool. Yeah, fair enough. Plasma blue. Yeah, there are tons of different options. Tons of different fun stuff here. Oh, and then he also has like another bit on the end of his scythe right here. So maybe I do both of those silver. Maybe I do this main blade silver and do this rusted. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I'm gonna quit yapping. Well, I'm gonna keep yapping. That's why doesn't matter. I'm gonna start painting these bones now. First off, I'm just gonna highlight them with some buff. Where'd Cam go? Probably on my end. Yeah, I mean, I think I can verify. Yeah, the stream that I'm looking at looks okay. Looks all right. Looks not half bad. Now hold on. Now let me pull up the OBS. There it is. Okay, nobody panic. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I got a payment on the way. That's how professional I am. Still have not made a dime. I'm gonna hope the payment actually goes through. But you know, I got a payment on the way, so now I'm one step closer to this being the job. Let's go. We're doing it. Oh my God, Mia Oswald bread. Thank you. Yes. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. First off, thank you. That is very kind of you. Let me job. Yes, Nisty. Let me. So someone brought up yesterday. Someone said, "Don't you usually have a super chat goal?" I did that 2 streams ago, and then I hit, like, super chat goal yesterday, and for some reason it didn't work. So, no audio? No way there's no audio. What? Hold on, what? Are you serious? Wait, hold on. Mute lock? What? No, I'm here, right? Hold on. Wait, what? Why no audio? Is the audio just dead? Oh, good lord. Oh, what did I do wrong? You can hear? Okay. JK, you sons of bitches. You sons of... God damn it. Yeah, I did get pranked. I gotta watch my frickin'... It was Nisty who said it, too. Nisty is James of the Team Rocket that we have in this little frickin' shenanigan we have going here. So I'm gonna... you son of a gun. Hey, GG. That won't happen again, though. Now I'm onto you. And I'll be onto you forever. I gotta get a poster right in front of me that just says beware. And it's just gonna be James. But no, back to the super chat. There's like, they suggest, YouTube's like, now tell what you're gonna do to celebrate the super chats. I don't necessarily have anything to celebrate the super chats. I'm not gonna, like, take a shot or anything like that, right? I had for real no audio, but it was planned. Yes, fair. Sure thing. So right now the goal that I just inputted in was I'll eat my leftover sandwich live. So if we reach the goal, then I'll eat a sandwich live. That's about all I can do at the moment. So we'll have to, we'll have to take what we can get. But I thought it was funny. I put that in like 2 hours ago, and I was laughing. What filling? Now I can't tell you the filling. I'll do the whole sandwich and the whole reveal and discuss it all if we hit the goal. Fair? Fair. Okay. Now that we are back here, okay, we got mukbang reload. Now stream works. Oh, beautiful, wonderful. Sherlock, you spilled your water? Where did I spill my water? Where? Wait, hold on. What? Let me look at the webcam. Is it my shirt? No. Because I know on, oh yeah. I know here, this is actual texture. This is my homemade, you can't see it. Wait, actually you can. It's literally a dark spot. But that was some homemade, that was the homemade texture paint I made, for rust corrosion. I got it on my shirt a long time ago. So I also got super glue. I need it. Chicken, cheese, white rice, lettuce, corn, sugar, sour cream, guacamole, and Dorito. What? That sounds incredible. Wow. I like white rice. That's good. If you ever had sticky rice, actual sticky rice, it's crazy. Please don't let the Please don't let the sandwich be anime horse feet between two buns. What? Oh my god. Yeah, no, don't worry. We're all Americans, sons of guns. I'm French. I only use an 1812 pattern Charlesville musket as Napoleon intended. Now that is a, now that's good. Now that's the way to go. That's the way to go. As long as you're not using a LaBelle rifle, you're cool. You're cool. We know what kind of man you are. Uh-huh. No, at some point, I think... We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. But we'll see either way. I will play the game one day on stream. Might not be for this channel. Might be a different channel. But I am going to play the game on stream. And we are all going to enjoy it. And we're all going to have so much fun doing it as well. And it has nothing to do with 40k. Cheapy warned us. Yeah, Cheapy's been saying some shenanigans over there as well. He's been putting out some false stuff. At some point, yeah, it's gonna happen, and then you'll understand. Then you'll understand where I'm coming from. You've had it raw and cooked. It's nice, and this is horse meat, right? Fair enough. Wow. AI's getting good. A lot of AI ads I'm getting recently. Probably because, again, as previously stated in several live streams, my algorithm thinks I'm 85 years old. And so they think I'm fooled by anything. Only got rated a 4.5 out of 10 on Frenchness test. I'm watched for 2 months. And that's it. Cool. It's painting a skit's cloak, non-metallic metal, and the metal bits like cloth, inverted skit. Wow, fair enough. Horse meat is delicious, by the way. Fair enough. I don't eat horse meat. Haven't eaten it. I just, you know, I just watch it. There's no saving that. Okay. Now I'm continuing to do some highlights now. We're getting into the painting, ladies and gentlemen. It's neat. Now, if I can, let me see. You can kind of see, like, ridges and stuff where, the bone is like cracked. A lot of stuff. It's like they got growing pains and so they just bonked. The Meowth. What was this? What? Fuck. Yep. Hey, look. The situation is a situation. Yeah, Cheapy Meowth for real. Yeah, probably so. One day we need to finish our debate, and we should do the debate live. I don't know if he would come onto a live stream to finish our debate, and no one will know the debate we're talking about except for him if he's watching this. But his internet is like dying lately, so he's not able to. R.I.P. But yeah, debates would be fun. Also, I am going to hit. The whole bone kind of curves a little bit, and there's a slight ridge, so I am going to sort of hit that just a little bit. Establish a little something going on there. There we go. Mine goodness. The cat versus horse debate, that one. Pretty much. There's a minor detail left out of that statement, but essentially that's exactly what. That is correct. And there have been... It's an interesting debate. I've come to discover some more stuff during my doing independent research and stuff, because, you know, I'm all about independent journalism. Gerbilum. Ooh. That's a fun word. No, I'm here. I'm present. Okay. Hold on. There, now that's like slightly highlighted there. Just doing a little, kind of like a quick edge highlight. The bones will be mostly obscured by the gas. I'd love to hear I'm right. Ah, that is absolute gold. Absolute gold, dude. You were cooking with that one. My God. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Did I address the Helsing files? What the heck is a Helsing, dude? Again? It's probably a unit I'm thinking of Heldrake. That's what I'm thinking of. That's why I got mixed up. Hold on. We're still blending. Okay, don't need so much of a glaze. Need more of other stuff. Aren't you biased because well, no. That was an artistic depiction that happened a while ago, and I find it best to just move on from the whole thing. But it was an interesting propaganda hit piece on me either way. Okay, we got literally, okay, so we got people talking about me and horses and horse girls and Uma Musume, and we got people speaking foreign languages. Dude, by the way, only other language I speak is Pig Latin. Ude uye pixe igpe atenle, my friend. So Esye. Et gay gay. It's bay. No. I'm not tweaking. We're, because we come here to be nice and civil. As always, this is what we've been doing since the very beginning. You show us the bomb. Yeah, fair enough. And now, let's see. I'm going to get the inside here, and then honestly, will I paint a Heldrake? Don't know. Not sure. Because there's a lot of trim on that. I barely paint trim on Death Guard without losing my my sanity. So I might not do that. Also, I've never used any flying unit before ever. So don't know if I could justify it. Unless I shoot it. How is Mossy's fam? Sinisti? I've discussed it a couple times. His fam are somewhere in Monsieur Sherlock. We got a gentleman. The pistolets recomendas vos de manga par jour. I got pistolets and recomendes. So I'm thinking you're asking me if Mexicans should be allowed to fight and handle weapons in the U.S. military. I mean, I think so. But, to each their own. Interesting question. But yeah, that's my thought process on the manner there. But yeah, Mendez is cool. How many pistols do you recommend to eat per day is the translation. Ah, okay, so I was kind of off a bit, but, it was close. Pistols to eat, not the... Barrels aren't the tastiest, if I had to, be brutally honest. I personally don't prefer them. But, to each their own. Now, unless they make... Oh my gosh. Sorry. The screen keeps flashing every now and then, and I genuinely panic. Genuinely. Just genuinely, I panic. But, genuinely, I'm just trying to genuinely do better, genuinely. Flicker Kentologically. Jim, what? Kurt Cobain liked the barrel. I think something happened to Kurt Cobain, but I honestly just know the name. Now, let's see. Things is the best thing to be doing. Could I please show the streaming chat? No. That will not happen, Mr. Sinisti, my friend. My good friend. Not today. I think he genuinely likes a specific word. Yes, aneurysm. Great word. Very fun. Fun to say. Not fun to have, but it is fun to say. I like to say aneurysm. But, Come on, please, Sinisti. Okay, just for you. No. I gotta get a little more edge work done here. And then maybe. There we go. Now we can... Okay. Got to get the other side here. This is a little tedious, but this spot will be covered up by gas, so I'm not gonna... I'm not worrying about my neatness too much. Too much. But, you know, still trying to keep up the quality. Now there is all of that done, and now let me get the edges of that all nice and done and dandy. Like so. Shut the... Ad perfect. Cut. Dude, some of the ads I get on YouTube are incredible. It's AI, but it's like when you like ask AI to spit out a video, then you take the final frame of that video and then re-put it into AI, and you eventually just get a super weird looking, just like ultra sharp filter. And it's like, yeah, your ChatGPT video premium subscription is about to, you know, lose credits, dude. And people are like, we'll throw that on an ad and call it a day. Touche. GG's. Let's see. Hold on, let me get back in frame. There we go. Because I might be using this footage for the video, because this is going to be the video. This is the next video. Use Brave browser to avoid ads. Ah, fair enough. Not a bad idea at all. Yeah, probably better than Google Chrome, which is like, hey, ad. You know what I mean? There we go. Now we can we can establish a little more lines and stuff going on here. Looking good, looking good. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to be a little careful now. So I am actually having to lock in, bro. There we go. Looking good. Okay, I hit the scythe. I've only base coated the scythe because the scythe was hitting some of the armor, so I had to base coat it, but there we go. Now that's good. Oh my goodness, there's a lot more translation and stuff. How do I get dried paint off my brush? My brushes generally don't get dried paint on them. I'm pretty decent at wiping them off before I do anything too nuts. But I know sometimes for dry brushes and stuff, I use isopropyl alcohol, 99% concentrate. Not for fine brushes like these. I use them for like my synthetic brushes. Like I think this brush here has gotten some isopropyl alcohol treatment, but you can kind of see how frayed he is at the edge there. Now, okay. We're doing 6 frickin' ribs at once. It's a little like, wow, okay. I just did like a bunch of well, I just did 2 bone spikes prior. But now we're doing like multiple. So it'll be interesting. Painting the average child have a good one. I have to go, Mio Oswald. Thanks for tuning in, good sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Now, I'm painting this. You know, a lot of shenanigans happening here with this guy. A lot of bones to work on here, and you know, it can be slightly tedious sometimes. Is anyone else painting anything tedious? What is the community painting nowadays? What are you all up to, huh? What's going on your hobby desk right now? Whether you're actively painting it, whether it's waiting for you to start painting it, what's the situation? What's going on? Because I know yesterday we had some talk of some people buying some new Krieg because they felt inspired. We had some people talking about paint schemes for Cadians and all kinds of stuff like that. It was a whole bunch of stuff happening and going on there. And so I'm curious as to what the situation is now. The translation is AI. I didn't get a translation. Oh well. I just got the straight French. Translation, Mr. Sherlock, if you had to choose one European Union country to remove and add to the United States, which one would I choose and why? So loved your video about the horses. Thank you. One European Union country to remove and add to the United States. Hungary. Hungary's pretty based. Now, does Canada count? Although I guess someone plans to do that already. Joke. But yeah, probably Hungary. I think it's part of the European Union, unless they were also like, screw the European Union. I don't know. I just remember Hungary, and Hungary was cool last time I checked, which was like 6 years ago. And then I have not heard of them since. All right, there's that. I mean, I can do a little texture. Nothing too nuts. Rockfish is probably okay. You're working on a painting Calgar and building close to 50 Grey Knights. Dang! That's quite a feat. I salute you. Gotta go for a bit. Thank you for tuning in, French. Good to see you. Good to see you. My place of origin doesn't count as EU, I don't think. Yeah, neither does mine, probably. I mean, I have never been over across the ocean to Europe. I've only been to Canada and to Mexico. And I survived both of those, by the way, so I don't know what it's like in Europe. I don't know if it's anything near there. But if their fish and chips are, you know, if that's where fish and chips are from, is from British, and Canada got some freaking good fish and chips from them, then I can only imagine how good the fish and chips at Britain would be. You also ex-Canadian? No. No, just vacation there back in the day. Back in the day. Developed an allergic reaction to Tim Hortons. Because I ate it every day. Every day I had 2 donuts. I had a pink donut with the sprinkles, and then I had like a... Oh my gosh, I probably had the powdered sugar one just because of my eating habits. And yeah, eventually I would eat 2 bites of a donut. I would get so nauseous, dude. Oh my god, it was crazy. I had to lay down on the couch, and then so I've done some experimenting, okay? And the hypothesis, or the question was, I'm not one for the scientific method because they have hypotheses and theorises and whatever that. I don't care. I don't care. But my question was, if I ate unhealthy things, would I eventually be unhealthy? Turns out, you do. Please tell me you had the Timbits. Oh my god, you don't eat Tim Hortons without having the Timbits at least once, dude. Oh my god, the Timbits were like they were the last hypothesis. The ship of Theseus, right? Isn't that's what scientists ask most of the time. But yeah, essentially that. Also, I'm gonna... Survey says yes. Perfect. Perfect. Because you know what comes after pork? It's cupine. And that should be common knowledge. That and 2 + 2 is 4. But anywho. Okay, now let's get a little more texturing done on this guy right over yonder. Looking snazzy. He's looking good. We're almost done with this. Now then I can get to the fun part, which is the blending. Hypothesis. Cease. Remember when sus was the meme, and so then people would start saying cease? I always thought that was the funniest thing. But, you know. To each their own. Perhaps different... You know. This is so wrong, it's killing me. Look, dude, I didn't frickin' really do the best at period, or whatever it was called, periodic table. So I just go about my life. I know lead, and I know gold is AU, and I know Europe is the EU, so I'm pretty much set, right? But, you know, everywhere you go, there you are, as I always say. All right. I'm going to try... The paint is drying outrageously fast. Hold on. I think what I'm going to do... What I need to do... Here's what we need to do. Hold on. You guess, bro? I don't know what you're guessing. I'm just spitting facts. There's no guesswork in my neck of the woods. Where's the paint? Hold on. Wait, where on... Hold on. Ah, found it. It is in frame. It's perfectly behind, you know, it's perfectly behind Mortarion here. The painting handle was hiding it from me. We eventually got it. You're about to be academically published, so I'll be quiet. Fair enough. Hey, congratulations on that. That's very cool. All right, there's some paint there. Also going to dip because the stream started at 12 Egypt time. Going to be back in Germany in 2 to 3 days. Don't listen to the French. Grr. Okay, fair enough. Okay, hold on. We had someone say something in chat. I'm going to nail this first try. Schmoingaloingatron. Nailed that first try. My goodness. Okay, that was impressive. Dare I say, that was pretty impressive. Nailed it. Okay. Anywho, where are we? No, we're here. We're here. We're happening for real. It's perfect. It's going great even. All right, now. Final highlights. Hopefully, I got it. What can I say? You know, it's just years of practice. All right. Gonna get a little more of the edge work done there. Little more of the edge work done here. Do it all decently. Schmoingaloingatron, I feel you on that one for real. Too true, bro. Too true. Okay, now. Your friend, pray tell, what manner of confusion hath befallen us by the stars above? I am confounded beyond measure. Sorry, autocorrect. What? Spilling the glue. FML. Ooh, what kind of glue is it? Tamiya extra thin cement? That stuff's not fun to spill. Spilled that on my mouse pad. So I aired it out for 1 day, and then even though it still smelled like, acetone, I put it back in my room. Yep. Rip. Yeah, that stuff's not fun to spill. But I made it out alive. Looks so good. Thank you. We're working on it. Slowly but surely. There we go. Just a little bit of edge highlighting left. This is rather tedious to do 3 different bones. I think if I were to do this again, I'd do 1 at a time so I don't go insane. All right. There's that. My goodness. Okay. Perfect. Now, the next step. What is the next step? No, I remember. Purdue Global, shut up. That's a that's an ad trying to. There we go. We're good. Okay. Now. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting either way. Also, on the right side there, on the bone, you can see I missed a little spot there. So let me grab that real quick before I move on to the next part. Because the next part, we're actually going to be working right down there. Right at the base. We're going to be making it very dark now. Next step is to abandon that and paint guard. Exactly right. No, I'll finish this first and then I'll paint some guard maybe. Hold on, back in frame. My gosh. Tissue guard of the see, so they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The guard player doesn't walk far from the guard. I believe is the that's the King James version of that. All right, now we can begin some blending. Utilizing Chisholm guard of pink collars. Fair enough, all right. I'll take your word for it. What did I use? I used dark rust. Hold on. Okay, now what I used to darken this particular fella is some Panzai Aces Dark Rust. Rust. That's fun. Okay. Get a little bit of that there, because we're just glazing it. Just doing slight glazes. Much like, I had some going. Let's see. Because this bone turned out nicely, and I like the blending in, kind of, it just looks very well rooted in there. It's decent. Every stream like a cartoon character. Do you not wear the same shirt every day? You don't go in the same outfit every day, never any variation at all? Really like the high command idea last stream. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that'll be fun. I might do that on live as well because it's going to be a lot of me sitting there and thinking, so I can talk in the meantime. But we'll see. I own 5 of these shirts. I do, but that's not the point. Fair. I own 5 of them, and so this is just all I wear. Got to ask you if you could show us the streaming chat. Nope. Could use Solar Auxiliary for the runners. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I was thinking, because I have specific infantry. Oh, I don't have any on the desk. But I have British World War I Cadians, German World War I Krieg, Russian World War I Katachan. So I was thinking, and they're all painted differently in their color uniform from from World War I. So I was thinking of having one runner of each. So it's like he's got a runner that goes dispatching to the, I forget what I call the Russian infantry. I think they're called like the Tsarits or something. Probably not. And then the Germans, which do have, I think they're the, I think in my infinite wisdom, I called them the Black Cloth Auxiliary. Oh, maybe so. Who knows? I think I called my Krieg proxies the Kaiserin. So it's like Kazkrin, but it's Kaiser, because Kaiser Wilhelm, R.I.P. But that son of a bitch didn't try nearly hard enough. Oh, we're streaming. No, we're good. You always wear green cargo pants, a mustard yellow faded roller coaster shirt, and a red flannel. Fair enough. Yeah, it's warm in the workshop, so I'm not wearing my my layer, which I usually also wear. Although I have 2 versions. I have one for doing field work, and then I just have one that I just wear. But the field one gets very dirty very quickly. But yeah, that's all I know. Now let's thin down this here paint a little bit, shall we? Huh? So and I mean thin. I don't know why I put a full drop on there, because we just want something very, very thin. I mean, even that's not thin enough. So let me go like here. There we go. Now that should be thin enough. Let me add a little more paint. Too thin. Too thin. Hold on. Stand by. Then add a hair more water. This is just this is the mixing that you go through with something like this. Test it on my hand. That's decent. Kaiserin is the female version of Kaiser. Well, then I won't call them the Kaiserin. Now let's blend this guy in. Let's see what we can get here. So first we test it. That looks good. And so how I do this is I just go from the top and then I move down. That way we just get a light glaze on the top, but then at the bottom it's all more concentrated. And looks good. The camera angle will be a little finicky doing the back part here, but we got to bear through it. Bolgren/Olgren holding the table or map outstretched. That's a interesting idea. I was gonna have it was just almost like just a random field table that they're working on, that they're doing all their freaking planning and stuff off of, with maybe some papers and maps. I might print out some little map decal sheets or whatever. That might be fun. But something like Ruin, because it's going to be like he's on the battlefield. It's almost like they've advanced so far, and he's actively commanding the front line. He's not just sitting back and watching, because it's the Lord Solar. If it's going to be German inspired, yeah, fair enough. If not, maybe call them Feldsoldat. Yeah, maybe so. Needs to have a ridiculously long... Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's all very... It's all... None of it is set in stone. So I got to figure all of it out, at some point. But I kind of like the idea of a ridiculously long name. That's kind of funny. Now I'm going to take some water and blend it in, because we kind of got some defined lines happening here, but that's easy enough to solve, just like that. Perfectly done so. And then I can reestablish more of our dark color, sort of in the... yeah, something like... Why not have Lord Marshal Dreer be German? He's already German, and he's right here. Almost dropped Mortarion for, my 4th time today. But I do have him. He's right here. This is Lord Marshal Dreer, which I just put a Pickle Alp helmet on, and then I put Dreer's little plume on there. So there he is. The horse is... I don't know why the horse is purple, dude. But the horse is named William Afton. So that should explain why the horse is purple now. But yeah, so we do technically have a German. I might have to rework some of his... I will never rework this guy because I'm too lazy. But also, that's some dry brush non-metallic metal, so that's not bad. I mean, it's something. I'm kind of happy with it, with how quickly I was able to do that and the quality that I got there. But so yeah, I do have a Dreer, and technically German. I did make him German. I took inspiration from Battlefield 1's German cavalry class. How they wear the Pickelhaube helmet in the cavalry class, which is kind of funny, but it's cool. The purple. ILE the purple. If he's Afton, yeah, maybe so. Where are the dead kids? Somewhere. Is Mortarion the man behind the gas attacks? FNAF joke included. Well, thank you. Gotta go, be back. Feather and Feywild will be back. He always comes back. That's another FNAF reference for any other, for anyone else who knows a little too much about this stuff. Alright. Now, establish a better... You can kind of already see our nice transition that we got going in. It's a bit... It's not a smooth transition. It's a bit of a rough, almost like a smoke cloud sort of transition, which is an interesting thing. But I kind of like the mottled color that it leaves off. I kind of vibe with it. So that looks decent, if I do say so myself. Viva la game theory, for real. For real. Yeah, many of my infantry have been painted while binge watching, probably for the 4th or 5th time, the entire game theory freaking series on FNAF. All right, now let me go down again. This is, it's riveting stuff, I know. But this is, there's tedious parts that you gotta do, and we're gonna do it slowly but surely. Kaiserguard or Königsgarde. Something. It'll be something. I'll eventually, figure something out. But I want to do... it'll be... And it might not necessarily... where's the bright pink people? The Nurglings? Because we're talking about Nurglings. I ain't painting Nurglings. I don't like them. I will pass on the Nurglings. No, I just personally think that they're a little bit of... they're a little cartoony for my taste. I'm wanting some uber freaking grimdark, just absolute horror shows going on here. Which, little, you might question someone's, mental state a little bit, but I think it's still neat either way. I think it's well worth the glances. Let's see. Got to do even a little more. You can kind of see how we got a subtle thing going, but we got the other one that actually looks good. No, the regiment. Oh, fair enough. Don't have a bright pink regiment. Not yet. But, yeah, I know in the lore I have for the planet of Trenchboard, there is a Morty versus Musket win. I don't know, that'll be the 100,000 subscriber special, so that won't happen anytime soon. God willing. Now, okay, go a little more pep on that side there. There we go. Okay, that's decent. Oh, what was I going to say? Hold on. No, I'll get it. Dang it. Oh, well. But... Okay, now the blend is starting to look good. Oh, I remember now. No, it was, more dark red armor and black cloth. Maybe, yeah, maybe so. That might be the way to go. No, what I was going to say, the planet that my guard regiment lives on, Trenchbore, it has moons, then that's where the different regiments, if you would, come from. Look amazing in that color scheme. Yeah, maybe so. But one of the moons is the Kaiser moon. That's just what it's called. It's, maybe not the most imaginative, but it's something. I would argue. Something's better than nothing. So I want the regiment to be something akin to something Kaiser. The Kaiser Truppen, even. I'm not going for an actual word specifically, like from frickin', to do anything, but just something that sounds German, and then you call it good enough. And that's fun. That's it did something. And then you get the British side, and then it's like, okay, we have frickin' Kaisermoob, Kaisermon. Interesting. Very similar answers. Wondering what that means. Perhaps. Who knows? It might be, for all I know, it's going to be, it's going to be Kaiser Troop. Kaiser Troop. Oh my. Okay. Sorry, I have my phone off to the side because, in case I get any emergency messages or anything. But no, it was a scam text from my internet company saying, hey, let's check on your phone. Literally, that's what the message said. Hold on, let me read it. It says, oh no, it just says, message, let's give your phone a checkup, period. Nothing else. And I go, I'm about to be doxxed by the FBI? That was spooky as all heck. My gosh. Anywho, best to ignore it, and then it won't do us any, we Germans at the dark side of the moon, well. Iron Sky funny movie? I've never heard of Iron Sky funny movie. Sounds interesting. My gosh, the amount of blending going on in this guy is driving me nuts, dude. I like doing a singular detail at a time. Doing this batch stuff is something else. But it's looking good, so I can't really complain and moan about it too freaking much about it, because it's looking good. I'm enjoying how it's coming out. I'm just excited to get to the next stuff. There we go. That's decent there. Now I can work on the other side. My gosh, there's still stuff to do on the other side. And we got friends on the other side, right? Isn't that was a song from some movie, I forget. All right. Get that a hair darker. Perfect. Perfectly done. Other side. And you know what I'm going to do? I probably don't need this super fine brush. Honestly. So I'm going to switch to a bigger brush and try to see if I can't do this a hair quicker. Switch into this synthetic one here. And I'm going to see what goes on there. First, what I'm going to do, hold on. Before I do, because that'll be a whole nother thing. Let me go to the webcam here. I'm going to do a quick look around. Yeah, fair enough. Hold on. Gotta do a quick search here. See what it's all about. See what's happening as far as it doesn't. Never mind. This is Steam, not Discord. I forgot he has another PC for streaming. Fair enough. Sorry. That's a very safe looking stream chat. Well, thank you, CNisty. Also, yeah. It was, yeah, I have another PC, and I have Battlefield 1 running on that thing right now, and so Cheapy was a little confused. Because he's like, why does it say Sherlock's playing Battlefield 1, but he's streaming? I'm just a bit of a multitasker, to say the least. Now, to quickly blend these frickin' bones, because my gosh, show the GIF. Unfortunately, no. I will not. Cannot. Unable to even. It's tragic for real. Believe me, doesn't pain anyone more than me. Not at all. I am literally it's painful. I can't stand it. But, we gotta just okay, come on. My old mouse is dying out on me slowly but surely. It's interesting. Planet Fitness ad. Like I'll ever go to Planet Fitness. Or any gym. Why not? Because I'm busy. I'm busy blending, dude. You gotta respect the blending grind, my brother. Alright, now hit the top here. Try to... Please, I also watch all the ads. Although that should be one thing to establish. Yeah, if you have anything you're wanting to desperately showcase, I will look if you can... Yeah, but forget it. That'll come later. That will come later. Did I turn up the ad count? I don't think so. I haven't touched anything with ads ever since I first got them and then set them. Are they getting abhorrent? Do I need to change something up? If I need to change something up, I can see what I can't do. Because yeah, if they're getting too nuts. You can return to be granted audience once more. Wonderful. Welcome back. It's truly spectacular. We truly missed you. We were wondering what we were to do. But then who came back? It happened to be you. You know, I took poetry in 2nd grade. I know my way around words. All right. Let me get a little clean off of this. Time for a cleanup. To quote a Capcom game. All right. Let's see here. Get a little more glaze going into our paint. Make sense? Perfect. And you made another burrito? My God, we have the Burrito King in our midst. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible work. You'll love to see it. We got people painting. We got people doing burritos. We got people huffing Tammy extra cement fumes. Holy Rito spam. Actually. Okay, we're gonna get a little more glaze. Little more glaze going. My goodness, there's a whole lot of... The glaze is unmatched, dude. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's looking... There we go. That's looking better. More acceptable, even. Perfect, perfect. Now, we should be able to just dot some more thicker paint to just get that guy established, and then I'm going to be like, okay, and right now that is good. My gosh, okay. Oh my gosh, nope. Hold on, we gotta do a little more subtler blending over here. What on God's green earth happened here, bro? Bruh. What? Come on. Come on. Blend just the tiniest bit. The fractionest bit better, dude. There we go. Okay, that's good. I'm willing to leave that there. I'm going to clean that off, and now we can begin... the fun stuff. The stuff that I enjoy doing a bit more. Which is doing the bright spots. The bright spots are going to be nice, because there's nothing in the way. They're all sticking out just ready for us, so that's cool. Something fell off my desk. Not the Dorito, don't worry. Perfect. Wonderful. Terrific. All right. Now, let me get a nice glaze mixed up of buff. Vallejo buff is what I'll be utilizing. And we don't want it to be that thick, so let's thin that sucker down way too much. And once it's thinned down too much, we will do it. Death guard. Next guard vid coming. Also, you make a corpse in the color scheme I've suggested. I will sub on my spare accounts. You drive a hard bargain. I may do it. We shall see, though. We shall see. The next guard video will probably be... It'll be after Mortarion, actually. Because I'll be painting... and probably stuff might change. Okay? I don't have a set plan or a schedule. I kind of do everything in the flow, so it can all just be as pure and spur the moment as per usual. But I do have some Death Riders that I need to paint. And I haven't made a video on those, so I will make a video on those. Okay, my God, we need even... Jeez, even thinner. My goodness. My goodness gracious, dude. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, we just simply go around and slowly go down and then up with our bright color here. And this will slowly build up a transition of a brighter color as we go around. And this is already way more fun than doing the dark. Thank goodness. It's just a matter of doing it multiple times. This guy takes an age to paint kudos within it. Hey, you know, it takes a little bit. I'll admit it. That is true. But at least I'm painting, so I can't complain. All right. Now, hold on. There's a stray just fuzz on my brush. We can get that out. Thinking about making burritos for family. That is very, very kind of you. Jim was one of the first. He has seen everything. Wow, that is an insane pull, dude. Hey, hey. Boom, I caught that. Boom. Caught it. I got that reference. That's an insane reference, by the way, C-Nisty. GG. That's freaking dope. That is dope. That is, you know, you can't help, you gotta respect it, dude. You got to respect it. Bullets, not mullets. What? Is it true that you Americans eat bullets as cereal? I don't. But, you know, I do ingest my fair amount of gunpowder residue fumes. So, you know, close. It's a great one. I like Ultimate Custom Night. Yeah. I have it downloaded, installed. I started to kind of get into it. And like and was kind of I was on the road to actually like try to work my way to beating 50/20 mode. And then I realized I was doing that instead of making videos, and I went, okay, I need to pause just a hair. Just a bit, because I started to get really into it. Every spare chance I got, I was playing Ultimate Custom Night and then watching the Bones 5 to get, you know, all the quick tips. But it was fun once you start to get the muscle memory down. It's kind of satisfying eventually. Once you get past like the beginning sort of what is going on phase. It's actually pretty fun. Then it becomes more of the arcade game. With a little bit of RNG. What kept getting me was Balloon Boy. I kept flashing my flashlight on Balloon Boy like an idiot. But, you know, I was starting to get everything else down fairly well. Oh my God almighty, dude, I'm gonna... Oh my God, we have two of the same frickin' person here. My God. World War vibes with sci-fi mixed in. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, let's take a little bit. There we go. Now that's all good. Frickin' thanks for Little Caesars at it again. You hate JJ and Ultimate Custom Night. Oh, which one was Oh yeah, sorry. I meant Nightmare Balloon Boy. I forgot that there was Balloon Boy and then there was JJ. But no, Nightmare Balloon Boy, who just sits in the office, and then if he stands up, you gotta flash him. But if he's just down, you don't flash him, and then you gotta watch out for the frettles, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing that happens. Very fun though, very chaotic. I love it very much. Awesome mech game where you are a turret artillery operator. Fair enough, fair enough. With math. My mortal enemy. Math. All right. Let's see. Now we're going a little... Continue to just move up the brightness here. It's a very... Get back in frame, you son of a gun. There we go. I have a love-hate relationship with Ultimate Custom Night. Helpy, he's cool in Pizzeria Sim, though. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm generally pretty good at clicking him. Kind of mechanics like that, Old Man Consequences, I can handle fairly well because they're, you know, simple enough to see. But people like Phone Guy, nightmare. I can never find a mute call button that's just somewhere on the screen. I just can't. I can't do it for the life of me, dude. And then finding Bonnie's guitar, I just look over cameras and I will just frickin' not see it and then get jump scared. And Toy Freddy is he's a bit of a bear, pun intended. Every time I click help you, I'm to myself, got his ass. Nice. That is the way to go. Okay. Yeah, it might be fun to stream that. End at 3, I haven't seen a game after that. My brother in Christ. Do I have news for you? Cue the does he know gif. Cause yeah, he went there's a couple more games after that. There's a little bit more happening, but you know, nothing you need to concern yourself with at the moment. Please deposit 5 coins. Yeah, that's fun. That was a yeah, that's quite a line. Wait, what? Oh yeah, are you discovering yeah, you're going down, you're about to go down an iceberg, my friend. And it is gonna get pretty nuts, dude. It's gonna get crazy, dude. So just hang in there. Cause yeah, you're in for a wild ride, bro. Yeah, I mean, I first got into FNAF, I was still a freaking child. Check the Discord streaming chat. I don't know if I can. I have to gatekeep it. I have to gatekeep it. Yeah, do it. Well, now I'm doubly not doing it because see, Nisty said to do it. So, yeah, and I'm smart. But yeah, I first heard about FNAF with Sister Location. What's a security breach? Opinion on Silver Eyes novels? Haven't read them. Haven't read them or listened to them via Audible yet. What is the Mimic? Oh my god. Nobody knows what the Mimic is, dude. That is a question that us veterans don't even know yet. It was a whole... It's a whole freaking... It's a whole shebang. Alright. Now... Almost got these little freaking horns at a place where I'm like, okay, I can freaking stop now because, wow, doing this once or twice on these guys is fun, but doing 6 at a time is a little intimidating. You got into FNAF around FNAF 2? Yeah, I had just never heard of it until, I think Sister Location was about to come out, and it was some, Mexican kids on, the playground who were telling, me and my brother all about it. Would a Warhammer FNAF mod go ham? Might be. If you're like a servo skull and there's like a Tyranid invasion or something like that, and you gotta like close vent doors, open venting system for local Imperial Guard troops and barracks or something like that, that might be fun. But yeah, the Mexican kid, God, they lie a lot. He's like, I went to the actual Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria simulator. I went to the actual Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Bad pizza. Yeah, at this time, no one had made a FNAF, dude. Unless it was Team Edge when they did their IRL FNAF, but that was in their warehouse. But yeah, so that was interesting. So yeah, he kept claiming, would continually claim that he had been to the Five Nights at Freddy's location, and it's like, dude, you were at a Chuck E. Cheese when you were 3, my friend. My God. You saw that? Holy... You know? Let's frickin' go. It's based on the food and was shot. Yup. You know, that's exactly what he said. Also, Feather and Feywild, that is crazy. Yeah, I grew up with Team Edge. I grew up with them, dude. I was there, like, since, my God, 2016, 2017, to the very end. To the very end, I was there with Team Edge. I have a hoodie from when they tried to reboot the Edge games. I have the Juggernaut team, the team that won Season 1. I have that hoodie. I bought that. I bought that hoodie. Yeah, I freaking... Oh yeah, I'm going down with that ship, dude. It was incredible stuff. You still follow Joey? Nice, yeah. Yeah, cuz he has yeah, he's doing what yeah, I haven't seen him lately, but I know he was doing Man-Made is what he was working on, and I don't know if Brian is still doing golf, but I would watch some of his golf content because my brother was really liking golf, and so we would watch his stuff, which was fun. Wait, was the OG FNAF based on a failed... Yeah, Chipper and Sons lumber company. That was Scott's game that he made before FNAF, and then people were like, hey, this... Some guy said to Scott Cawthon, he said, the characters just look like creepy animatronics. I don't know if he said animatronics or if he just said, the characters look creepy, and then he's like, I bet. Working at a Dollar General trying to support his family makes that game and then goes on to be successful. I love his story. Just his story of just being a frickin'... He's just cool. I like how it all happened. You know, and you know, some people say FNAF is just very overblown now. And, you know, it might be, but honestly, I think the story just behind Scott Cawthon, I'm like, dude, that guy's cool. That was cool. I got you a viewer, by the way. Oh, thank you. Have fun. Can you please trust me again? No. The other day I was playing Peak with my friends and died via banana peel at the bottom of a mountain. Had to wait like an hour, so I watched the entirety of Death Note the musical. Oh my god. Peak is such a... I love that game so much. Oh my gosh. I haven't played it in a while. I gotta play it again. Might be fun to stream it and actually play with my good buddy Shiba Bun. That might be fun. Cause yeah, dude, I love Peak. It's Peak. It's just, you can relax. There's funny moments. You know, we completed, me and Shiba Bun, we completed the hardest difficulty, which I think is like, what, number 7? We did that. Where it's like, you can't, I forget exactly what it was, but hold on. I'm gonna look this up. I gotta look it up because I am actually proud that we nailed like the hardest hardcore mode, dude. Hold on. I am going to... Oh, hello. Pause you. Yeah, I just have that. We're 5 hours, 21 minutes into that, by the way. Also, I like the suggestions here. Kid doing parkour, Willy Wonka on the Chocolate Factory, and Fat Kid, which is kind of funny. Now, hold on. Let me see. Split test? Don't care. Peak hardest difficulty. What's it called? Ascent 7. Yes. Great fall damage and increased item weight, faster hunger depletion, higher climbing stamina costs, no free flares at the top. Yes, we have to pack one from the start. Disabled player revives in permadeath. Yes, so we did that, by the way. And I'm gonna ride that high because I am proud of that. Okay, I'm proud of that. We did pretty good. We did pretty good. We got on a roll, and then we were doing. What the AI is something else. If you want, let me know. Are you playing solo or in a group? Which ascent level are you currently stuck on? I can share specific survival strategies or pathing tricks for your run. I appreciate you helping me with my computer issues. Stay away from my video games. Lamau. Okay, anyways. But yeah, we beat Ascent 7. Congratulations, gang. We got him sidetracked. Yep. Hey, it's been a bit. I've actually been kind of decent at you know, keeping on track. If I convince Myth Top to subscribe, will I trust German Boy again? Nope. Good try though. But yeah, there you go. It's not that hard. It is hard when you're stupid, Fire Ant. And I will say, if you just like to run around and be stupid, it is a challenge. So yeah, I will give myself full credit for Ascent 7 there. Now, let's see. These guys are basically all done now. I'll just hit a final little bit on the very tippity tops here. And then begin working on the fun stuff. What did German Boy do? I don't know what he did. That's why, but he did something a while ago. Don't remember exactly what, but he started something, and so now he lost everything. With sabotaging homies is truly accurate to the Boy Scouts experience. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know I'm a freaking troll. I'm better at it now, but I remember taking the flare all the way, I took 2 flares all the way to the top. I took 2 flares all the way to the top. And I pretended I only had one. And and I dropped it off the mountain by accident. Like I was holding it up as people. I was at the peak, and then I'm like, guys, look! And then I dropped it, rolled right past down my friends, and they were. And I started running towards that thing, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and and one tried to run to get it, missed it, and it just fell into the abyss, into the void. And he looked at me and he's like, hey, there's no way you just did that, right? He's like, there's literally no way you just did that. And so then I said, yeah, there's no way I did that. But almost got one of them. I was playing with 2 other people. Got one, and then the other guy was like, no, there's no way. He was in denial. So he thought I did, but he was in denial. And so when I said, yeah, you're right, he was like, I was correct. But no, he was in denial. No, I was saying it's not hard to sidetrack you. Ah. My bad. Don't mind me. I'm very defensive about my peak gameplay. I assume the darndest things. But now there we go. We got a decent enough blend. Calling that good. Do I got any Necrons? No Necrons here. Considered it, but just haven't done the dive yet in the Necron department. All right, now let's see. These guys are decent. I'm gonna do a little bit. I want to add a little bit of what we have going on here. Let me showcase what the box art does. They have like the pink, like very faint pink colors going on in crevices, and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. They also have silver right there on the. Wow, it's like the silver smokestacks are in the bone. That's kind of cool. Jeez. I'll do the silver first, and then I'll do the pink. So let me grab a silver right quick. There we go. Helped my dad with the Void Dragon. I bought him for his birthday. Sick, sick. And let's see, that tip is clog. I didn't let you look up the 1934 cat. Only said the audio was out because my Wi-Fi was bad. Ah. It's been up for okay. Hold the frickin'. Yeah, I can only assume what's going on there. Whoa, that's a lot of Grey Knights. Jeez. Yeah, that is a lot. Then we have we have the mimic. The mimic thumbnail. That's crazy. But yeah, that's a lot of Grey Knights you have there, Fire. My gosh, that is. Jeez Louise. Yeah, that is a that's a lot of Space Marines. I get intimidated when I see one, dude. That's cool. Jeez. What is it? Hold on. Fire Ant's cool, then I'll showcase the Grey Knights real quick. If Fire Ant approves. If it is legal for me to do so. But yeah, I'll share it with you because yeah, Fire Ant is taking on a bit of a project that it's like, dang, bro. Join the Discord to find out. There you go. That's when we hype it all out, you know. 20 to go. Do it. Fair enough. Thank you, Fire Ant. Will do. Hold on. Let me shove you there. Shabang. Go to the monitor. There they are. This is what Fire Ant has going. See, Nisty, Fire Ant gets special treatment because Fire Ant is a member. That's kind of how this rolls. Okay. There's a hierarchy now. But yeah, that's. Just looking at this guy right here spooks me. Like, I'm just intimidated by Space Marines, by painting Space Marines in general. So, the fact that you got all of these guys going on is... I commend you, because that's impressive stuff. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool stuff. Because I'm all... Yeah, so, yeah, as far as lore goes, when the very beginning of Sherlock Spiner happened, very, very, very few viewers. Very few viewers. So, when I made the Discord server to populate it, and to do a bit of an homage to, two people who have been hanging out with me since the beginning, I gave them an OG pass, which I think was fair, because, you know, it's still time that they, you know, let me have doing shenanigans. So there's the lore scoop there. Now let me pull you up, and you up. Wait, Mossy? The streak is safe. The streak is safe. It is good. He is back. Mossy has returned. I like how we all... I like how everyone... You know, your name might be Sherlock's favorite, but you're Mossy. I got it, but also I'm a member now. Fire Ant went the extra mile for real. I think I was the first. I think you were the first. It was you or Manhattan Man. I don't quite remember. Silver, right, that's what I'm doing. Let's silver. Gotta do silver on the smokestacks here. Gonna use chainmail silver. The chainmail silver is empty, so to get silver, I'm gonna take off the nozzle, put the nozzle upside down there, and then take the paint from just directly inside the nozzle and put it on the palette like that. So, you know, we're getting the most out of our paint, dude. Boom, salvaged. So, you know, the next payment we'll get, maybe we'll get some more chainmail. Who knows? We'll see what happens if I haven't already blown it all in online gambling. Joke. All right. Now then, Let me take all that extra stuff off there. I do actually have, fun fact, I do have a paint jar for metallics. And what's funny is it actually turns, once it all settles, you just really got the medium that's in there, and then all the metallic flakes sink to the bottom, which is kind of cool. Kind of neat stuff happening. You were the first in the Discord, except for me and GP. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Also, but yeah, there's some metallic specks in there, so that's kind of fun. Anywho. Oh, who's out, huh? What? Boom, 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 bye-bye. There's an English slur, there's something's wrong with it, but good overall. Fair enough. Oh, is it the new, Odyssey movie? Alright, hold on. Now for some silver. The silver will commence. Now. And I'm gonna try to, you know, try to make this silver good and not bad. Yep, fair enough. Thank you, Fire Ant. Much appreciated. Okay, now let me... Yeah, I'm just not going to see it because apparently there isn't the... There's a scene in Mr. Peabody and Sherman that somebody dubbed over. That's the guy who goes, Odysseus, what news do you bring? I don't know if anyone's seen that clip. But apparently they're not including that that cartoon clip in the actual movie, and so I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to see it now, because they're not gonna do a Mr. Peabody and Sherman reference. But oh well. To each their own. I have. You know, sometimes the knowledge is just flowing. There you go. Did you know that it is almost impossible to say rough fast again and again? Well, I just said rust and failed the first time, so I won't even attempt it. That's how crazy that is. But I'll paint this silver. That's fun, huh? Silver! They didn't do the whole... My name... They didn't do the whole my name is nobody bit in the Odyssey movie? Dang. Dang. Apparently the Odyssey is based on something. I have no idea. Not that hard? Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps. All right. Now that's all silvered up. Time for the other side. And that's going fairly decently, so that is that's fun. It's a Homeric epic. Ah, yes. Well, I usually... Okay, so I probably wouldn't appreciate it by Homer Simpson. Interesting. Isn't that the guy who let the Barts out? No, that's not... I'll shut up. No. We're painting silver. We're painting silver. No, I'm used to my... No, you know what movie I saw? You know what movie I saw? Shelter. Jason Statham. There's a frickin' movie. Jason Statham, dude, makes just dependable. You know what you're gonna get when you watch it. It's the... I mean, he's had the frickin' The Beekeeper, The Working Man, and now Shelter. Oh my god, he's just cranking home runs. There is nothing more dependable than a dude living humble life. He was some ex-super military man, and then he goes and kills a higher-up. Same movie, different titles, but it's... God, it's so good. Such good stuff, dude. If I had to recommend anything, it would be Shelter with Jason Statham. Absolute gold. Nobody wasn't in the Odyssey. Nobody was a good movie. You had the guy who played Saul Goodman. It's crazy as I don't even know the actor's name. I haven't even seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. I just know him as a, Saul Goodman. Who doesn't? All right, there we go. I kind of wish I could live stream, not enough subscribers. Fair enough. There's a peek. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to be part of the community and build up a community. I'm enjoying every second of it. It's awesome. All right, now we got some silver. Boom, that took something. Okay, now let's see what we got to do next. Next up will be. Also, I can probably change this back to normal. There, you can play that. Okay. Cool if I play a little later. Gonna eat first. Oh, are people taking the dive? Doing the hell divers? I don't know. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know you have lefts? The Declaration of Independence says you do, and I don't. That is an interesting rendition of the frickin' 1919 Siegfried Sassoon poem. Have you forgotten yet? No, Aftermath. Oh my god. It was Aftermath, 1919. Jesus Christ, dude. Have you forgotten yet is the intro line to that, but it was Aftermath. Oh, version of color I see. Now let's see. Now I can do. I want to do some of this weird flesh looking stuff. So now I can do that. Get the metallic stuff out of there. Get this, and then get my favorite paint. My favorite paint. Love this paint for my grotesque fleshy colors. Love it. And I believe I got it when I purchased the Vallejo skin tone set. And that is my tried and true. By the way, the greatest politician ever, Count Binface, has a poll in Clacton, and he is close to winning among residents. What? Okay, my ad blocker is screwing up every stream with every ad. Want ads from the break type. Vote for the bin. Not the rubbish. Love the bin. Okay, if you're trying to tell me to not litter, I don't. Tell me, oh, music. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. This is the paint. Oh my god. Violet red. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. It's a good one. They don't make any paints like this anymore, let me tell you. Let me tell you, it's a good one. It's a bloody good one. Okay, I'm going to read this. Tell me, O muse of that ingenious hero who traveled far and wide after he had sacked the famous town of Troy. Many... Oh. In custom sea... Oh my god. Okay, so he's doing a whole... Okay, so we have someone reciting Shakespeare, I guess. Interesting. Or the entire Breaking Bad script. I don't know. Oh my god, he's still going. Jesus Christ. Own sheer folly in eating the cattle of the sun god Hyperion, so the god prevented them from ever reaching home. Tell me. Oh, what? You may know them. What? The Odyssey? It's the poem? Poem? The hell is a poem? Sorry. Let's see. We take a little velvet there. Put it on our palette. See you, Nisty. Thanks for tuning in, good sir. It is good to see you. Now, we take a hair of the velvet that we took. And we put it in there. And then we get some water and we water it in there. American school is showing through the cracks. Oh, I wasn't American schooled, my good friend. No, sir, not me. All right, let's see. Now, let me take a look and see how that looks as far as going in. Okay, there we go. Poor kids in those schools. You're telling me, dude. My God. I'm just grateful I was never in those schools. All right. Ooh, okay. Okay, I kind of vibe with it. Y'all seen Epic the Musical? No, I just saw that one, like, very random... Was it DreamWorks? Just the movie Epic with all the small people in the tree? I haven't seen that in freaking 14 years, probably, but, that's the only Epic I know. Could give a... But yeah, not the poem. Not the poetry. You listen to the songs? Ah, fair enough. Got to go your place might be... Ah, fair enough. To go back to high school in 3 weeks. R.I.P. Let's see. Okay. So we're getting a little... Okay. This is fine. This is fine. But I think I want to try to keep that almost to the recesses. Almost to the recesses as far as this whole operation goes. Or put it in the... Yeah, the cracks, crevices, recesses, anything like that. I think that Looks decent. May the odds be ever. We got a bit of a poet on our hands here. This is kind of funny stuff. 'Tis entertaining. Do that all around here as well. Just adding, you know, paint and stuff. Remember to learn to read in math. Not really have to do the whole math thing nowadays, you know? It's kind of crazy. Reading is important, and reading will come naturally. But yeah, it's crazy how math is just you don't need to know it anymore. And I know that is going to be my controversial statement. Is it rage bait? Maybe a hair. Maybe a hair. But I mean, yeah, back in the day, I was before the math cutoff, so I learned a fair bit of math, but don't need it anymore. Sherlock, you should watch The Dun Times. Sounds like a documentary about the you do painting. Kindly, you do painting in horses. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm here. All right. But I do like to, you know, let it be known my wonderful takes on education. That way people know just why I do horses and painting. I think it makes sense. And I like the pink. The pink is probably going to be obscured because there's going to be a lot of smokestacks on it. But I mean, you know, I'm still gonna put it on there so we can at least get a little proof of concept, you know. Let's see here. Okay, now we got the outside cracks. This is what people are going to see, so we want it to be good. Okay. Get a little bit in there, a little bit in here. There you go. Not to flood, my roommate was an idiot and put dish soap in the dishwasher and it overflowed. Ah. Fair enough. That's an interesting move. Interesting play. All right, I kind of like the faint pinkish stuff kind of flowing out there. Yeah, fair enough. Yep, cool. All right. Although there was a good thing that happened, at least in my local town. I can't say it because it'd be fairly easy to dox after that. But something good happened. I'll just say that. I'll say that, and I'll keep it there. Let's see. But there is. I think I'll do a little pink going into like a brown transition as well. That might be fun. It might be fun to do. Then we have a little more stuff happening in here. Let's see. Only words they will know to write is ChatGPT. Dude, I know. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Some say sad. I think it's funny. Let's see. I'm enjoying the pink here. Now, let us go in there and see what we can't find as far as this whole thing goes. Now, I think we will... it is funny. There were three things you were told never to discuss. I think it was politics, money, and religion. I think that's what it was. I forget. It's funny either way. Let's see. But when I go out, and I do specifically try to rage bait people sometimes, because they ask me what school I go to, and I say homeschooled, and there's a bit of a stigma, you know. So I do rage bait them a little bit. But it's in my defense, they deserve it. Anywho. Now, let's see. I think the pink is looking decent. It's looking good. It's looking great even. And now I'll kind of maybe do a little wet blending, give everything a tinge of the pink so it all looks a little lively. So there, now we kind of got a look happening here. And it will all go fairly smoothly with a hair bit of water just to kind of blend it all in. So I'll do some dots around where these are, and I'm just going to take some water, pop them around there. That way the pink will stay in the recesses, like so, and then go about its day later, hopefully doing something useful for us. So that will be fun there. Let's see here. Alrighty. That looks mighty fine there. The Trench Crusade minis, I have. They're something, I suppose. I'm not the biggest proponent of I don't really vibe with Trench Crusade, which is funny because I'm all into World War I and stuff, but I'm just not I just personally am not too into Trench Crusade. Some of the models are very cool though. And I like their kind of almost like a sci-fi but World War I looking look for some of the individual soldiers, but yeah. That's mostly just a personal thing, really. Because I think the community they've been able to garner is pretty neat. Pretty neat. And some of the artwork I've seen for just for that, very cool art. Very unique stuff. Because it's grimdark in a grimdark point in history, which is kind of a fun play on it, I think. Let's see. Seen the models for Marcher, Empires at War, there's sci-fi. World War I never ended. Your location came to me in a dream. Fair enough. What did you do? The Copper Sherlock missed that if you did it live. I don't think I did it live. I did, but I just used... Hold on, let me find it real quick. Let's see. For this, I used bright bronze. That's what I used. And I used that for all the brass details. Do I live north of an airport? No. Let's see. So, GG. GG, good try. Let's see. Okay, I'm liking the pink. That's fun. I'll keep it. Won't do that for this bone. I kind of like this just being a more plain bone sort of looking thing. So that's fun. But now... Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about good for these freaking... Please check stream and chat. Hold on. Maybe in a second. Hold on. Because I do kind of want to reestablish a little bit. Hold on. There's smoke blocking it. I do kind of want to reestablish the freaking stuff happening here. There we go. There. Now that that's all reestablished as fleshy and stuff. Now let me... think. Is there anything else I want to do to these guys specifically? I mean, they're looking pretty decent. Pretty decent. Let me... I'm like even pulling it up on screen just to see what we have exactly going on. And I mean, you know, I like it so far. The stream is glitching. Oh no, is it actually? Hold on. Is it really? Oh no? Oh, I don't like that sound. Oh, hold on. Is it my... Wait. Hello, hello. Oh, no, the audio is okay. Hopefully this ain't a troll. For a bit it was. Fair enough. Frames might have dropped down. They drop down every now and then. It can be a little interesting on that whole front. Now, let's see. That's fine. I like it. I like it. I think we'll go with it. Now, next up after those guys are done. We got that completed. Took us a while. Took a while longer. You know, I did the horns right before the start of the stream, and that went pretty well. But they also go... The shape is a lot easier to paint, and there's not 6 of them. These guys were a hair different here, but we finally got them done, and I think they look pretty decent, if I do say so myself. Not too shabby. Now, next up, let's see, I think I want to start... I'm going to start base coating the chainmail right here. Before I begin highlighting the cloak, I want to base coat the chainmail with a nice metallic chainmail color, using, conveniently enough, a paint called chainmail silver. So we'll see. We'll see where that gets us on that front. Honestly, hold on. Where? Okay. So cool. Burrito Goblin. Okay, that is funny. I saw it. I saw Burrito Goblin. That was a good one. That was good. I'll admit it. I'll admit it was good. Now, is there any touch-up I have to do on this beforehand? No, not necessarily. And I also want to try... I'll try that in a second. I don't know. We'll see how far we get with the actual chainmail. Now, we need a little more out. And so I'm going to, like, try to... Just so we can all... I'm going to try to force all the paint in it and just flick it forward to get it into the actual dropper. And I don't really need to carry the edge of the nozzle because the nozzle's clogged, so I don't use it. Now, hopefully, let's see, right now, if we actually got a successful just any paint in the nozzle here. So let me pull this out. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice bit there. So now I can just simply take that, come over to our very, tidy wet palette, and dunk it there. And we got a decent dunk. There. Perfect. So now I can do that, and I don't have to tie it to a rope and do any crazy freaking, like, yo-yo tricks with it. So that's fun. And all's well, that ends well. Now the framework. What is going on with the framework? Now I'm seeing it on OBS. It's picking up weird framework. What on God's green earth? Oh, now it's fine. Fair enough. Okay, then. Oh, well. Now, I don't know if it showed up as small poor frames for you, but for me on my OBS it did. Oh, someone has a barrage. Wonderful. Let's see. This will be interesting painting all of this. There's some interesting spots to garner here. Thank Jim, everyone. He is the best. Is Jim finding stuff? Is Jim being a goat? Is he doing shenanigans? Maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Thanks, Jim. Who is Jim? I think that's Earthworm Jim. Ah, fair enough. Earthworm Jim is doing Earthworm Jim things. All right, now let's get chainmailed up, pal. This is gonna be interesting for sure. The camera doesn't want to focus, but I mean, you can see metal easy enough. I'm gonna try to just hit. Like, the high points is probably all I really need to be concerned with. It's going to be this is going to be interesting. I've never painted chainmail on this freaking scale before, dude. It's usually just been, it's a handful of things. Handful of things going on, but, to each their own. And I think that is, like, an actual chain hooked up right here. That is crazy stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll make that silver as well. Sure, screw it. Why not? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. That's all looking good in gold there. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of a slower process just because, this ain't a smooth surface. This is texture. Chainmail texture. Am I giving him his wings? Yes, I am. I will be. They are just, I just kept them separated for ease of painting, which has been extremely useful, if I may be so bold. I'm having to paint, like, almost one line of chainmail at a time just because of how this is sculpted. It's an interesting bit going on here, for sure. For sure. Okay, then. Now, that's looking good there. And okay here. Yeah, so yeah, we'll be A-okay on the whole wing front. And yeah, this... So now we have a bit of chainmail. Painted and the camera's being kind of funny. There we go. We can kind of see it, kind of see that better. You can see where some of the paint was applied thicker, and I'm just wondering, is this going to dry and pop? And we won't get any texture, or should I just go freaking gently over everything just so we don't get any of that stuff happening? I don't know. This is my first time doing this. But you know, we'll see what we can't get. We'll see what happens here. I'll continue on, or actually there's the edges of some of the chain here that I should probably not neglect. So let me just go on about these real quick. There we go, there we go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Perfect. Nice. And, oh wait, hold on. Wow, okay, that's kind of a... Just slop rust over it if it's really bad. I plan to do rust over it anyways, just because I like rust, but but yeah, it's not bad. Depending on how bad it is, will determine less or more rust. Hold on, let me hold this up. There we go. I gotta get the back of this real quick. There we go. Wonderfully done. Okay. Alrighty, now let us see. On to the next bit of frickin' chainmail here. There's a lot of chainmail. My gosh, dude. This is of the crazier caliber. For sure, dude. And we just got to... Yeah, sorry, don't mind the scythe. You have made a space for people to make friends. Thank you. Oh, good, I'm glad. That's perfect. That's all I'm really trying to do here. And if I'm able to do that, then I am a happy camper for real. So that is very neat. Yeah, hopefully we can make some... People are making some cool friendships. However long or short they may be, that'd be fun. Fun either way. It's all I can hope for. The chainmail's actually tethered. That is hilarious, by the way. That is something else. You have a really bad headache? Might it be the many burritos you have consumed in bathtubs, my friend? Not that but I'm not a medicinal person. But I would just say, you know, drink some water and lay down. There's some pro tips. And then hopefully it'll dissipate in time. All right, let's see. There's a lot in the way of the actual chainmail here. That is kind of funny. I hope it's still somewhat viewable. I'm trying to keep it somewhat viewable, but I also have to frickin' see it myself. So I hope I hope the sacrifice ain't like too terrible. All right, there's all of this and that. And that and this. All right, cool. And okay, that's looking, yeah, it's looking decent. I am going to now hold the little demon angel. My burrito powers are too strong for it to be that. Fair enough, fair enough. I could believe it. I could believe it. You are a man of the burrito, for sure, my friend. Now let us... Okay. This is okay. I might make another to feel better about yourself. Fair enough. Looks like you've done that. Looks like you've drank water. Well, now you just play the waiting game, my friend. And hopefully it gets better. And, oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, this is why I'm painting the cloak like last, because I keep getting silver on the cloak. So I had to just get the base coat in. There's going to be a lot of cleanup later on this guy, but it'll be fine. But yeah, it's a bit of a... Why am I so jovial today? Is that rhetorical? Is that just the case? I don't know. I'm always jovial, dude. It's a good day to be alive. All right, there we go. Hold on. Okay, now we got to do like some insane freaking insane parkour. You see where we have to reach between a chain with random jutting out spikes and the cloak. So, you know, we just have to go about it slowly and carefully. And we'll do it all right here live. Ready? Watch this, dude. I mean, that's not terrible. That would act, that ended up kind of well. Nice. Now let's see. Now let's get a little more of the. Okay, we got the underside there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I got to try to not miss because it's a raised detail. And so there's actually there's spots inside here that need to also be frickin' painted, you know? Like right here. Or right here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to keep track of. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. He's a skinwalker, but a chill one. Well, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, a lot of you know, there's a lot of spillage as far as the paint goes, but you know, you can't win them all. You know. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this guy to get a little bit of stuff here. My family. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now let's see. Okay. Now there's another end. There's also some stuff in here that needs some stuff going on there. Perfect. Beautiful, even. Now it's to get this side of the chainmail. This will be interesting. You have to feed him sandwiches. Yeah, I don't know. We might not get the sandwiches, but you know, it's always good. It's always good to have a goal, you know. Although it's not a very Warhammer 40k specific goal, I will be I will be honest with you there. All right. There is that. And this guy doesn't really want to bend, so I'm going to have to try to, like, just fudge around here. Hopefully that's it. Okay, that's an okay camera angle. Let me get in there. Perfect. Looking snazzy even. A knight army? No. But I do have a knight. But it would probably be for... It's going to be for my Astra Militarum. Murloc thinking about the forbidden Sherlock mermaid. Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know if I would... Don't know if I'd do a knight army, per se. Maybe a Titan Legion. But we'll see. But yeah, I got a Knight Castellan because Cheapy took one to a tournament and he came back from the tournament and he's like, dude, you need one of these. And I said, sure thing, boss. And so I bought one because there happened to be one night at a hobby store that I went to in Ohio, and that one night happened to be a Knight Castellan, which I almost didn't buy because it says Knight Valiant, I think, on the box. And so I sent that to Cheapy and I'm like, wrong one. But this one looks cool though. And then he's like, no, dumbass, turn the box around. And I flipped it around, and then there was the option for a Knight Castellan. I'm like, oh, dang. And so then I freaking sniped it. Gonna build Castellan? I will be building Castellan. That's what I will be doing. I like big gun, and I cannot lie. My other comrades can't deny. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Okay, I mean, so far we're doing a decent enough job at this whole thing. Didn't mean to get a knight army, just bought one, and then there were good deals, and now I have... Fair enough. Sherlock, size king, So I know it... And I'm being dead honest when I ask this. Is that like how McDonald's sizes their fries in Britain? Nice paint job so far. It looks good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm vibing with it so far. You know, there's still a lot to go, but we're doing it one step at a time, right? All righty ho ho. Let's see. If you do 2 rocket launchers and a shield breaker cannon turret, what will I use the spare one in? Not sure. No, we just have small, medium, and large. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have not been over there, so I know nothing. So yeah, my questions, as silly as they may sound, they are oftentimes dead serious questions. But yeah, good to know. Yeah, I know sometimes here we have extra large because that's just how we roll. Although the McChicken is under $3, which is insane. Our large is your small, though, I think. Yeah, maybe. Probably. Yeah, the Americans here like they like their food for sure. Like, can I send you tonight? What is it legally required to own a gun in the U.S.? No, but if it was up to me, no. But yeah, not a legal requirement. Although I think if you're a police officer, then yeah, you have to. I think, or at least you get issued one. Whether or not you use you equip it or not's another story. I don't know. Only ever took a firearms training class with one officer in the academy, and I did not ask him about that. So, unfortunately, if I'd have known that in like 10 years I would be here, I would have asked him. Do you think guns should be restricted even for police? Now that I must disagree on. I do carry my guns, to a very high standard. I am very Second Amendment oriented in that way. But what I do think is I think training should be something that is more advertised outward. If you want my political opinions. E.g. in the UK, guns are reserved for specific units. Yeah, fair enough. I just think when it comes to America, there's just such a divide on the whole firearms thing. But first, what it should be is not a restriction or unrestriction on firearms, but there should be more training going on. That's what should be happening there, because that's how you avoid a whole heck of a slew of crazy things. That's why I got training, so now I'm not stupid. And not required. I know police have to pass quals and stuff, but generally, I work at a gun range, and I'm yelling at people a whole lot for being stupid with the guns. But it's fun to yell at them, and I get to, and I'm well within and I'm well within the right to do so because it's the rules are fairly simple, fairly simple. Grilled cheese, but you get 2 grilled cheese instead of bread. Now, I like that idea. That's something I could also vibe with. And there we go, there. There we go. Yeah, I know I had a, this is an anecdotal story, but yeah, this is kind of funny. I was working at the gun range, and I walk up to our pistol range to go take a look at what's going on there because there was someone else busy on a different range. I go up there, there's a dad with his 2 kids. 2 10-year-old kids. Okay? Good. Local school shooting starts between us. Mississippi U.S. schools need metal detectors. To each their own. To each their own, I suppose. Yeah, we also have medication here in the United States. But I was up at I was working. Seen the most amazing the grilled Pittsburgher and fries and bonus bacon. I have not, but I do love myself a good bacon cheeseburger, good sir. But so I walk up to this dad and his kids, and he has his guns on. He has his guns out on the bench. But the problem is the the barrel is facing him and his kids. So I had to, gently say, "Hey, retard, turn him around." But it's fun. I enjoy it. But yeah, just training. Training. Fun stuff. And training's just fun. Let's see. Now, I think that's it for the chainmail there, I suppose. Let's see. Was he lobotomized? No. Nope. Unfortunately not. I just, there's... But at the same time, I can't blame people too much just because the gun thing is a very controversial... Just a very controversial thing for some reason. And so, what you find happening is... all the talk nowadays in politics, and I don't do too much politics, but all the talk is, gun restrictions, don't restrict them, blah, 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 blah. And what I don't see being talked about is just some training, some basic training, some basic just instruction. Doesn't have to be, we're not training to be Navy SEALs, my dude. We're just training, we should just train how to safely handle them. Because, we have our Second Amendment right. And so I believe, we should take it upon ourselves, having this Second Amendment right, to, treat it with respect. But that's my opinion. This is a painting stream, not a political stream, which YouTube does offer me way too many of. It's way too many YouTubers being like, I'll debate this or that. And I'm like, how did I get here? Where's my Warhammer? I'm scared. Let's see. Now that's looking nice and neat there. Got to get a little more in there. There we go. Understanding for me, the first gun I saw was a family relic. Training rifle passed down. Think it's so weird. Don't have the Middle Ages or any castles. I do think that is pretty fascinating as well. Because you go over to the UK and then, yeah, landscape's crazy. And here in the US, there's not a whole lot of stuff like that. That's a fascinating topic. World War I training rifle. Was it a Lee Enfield? I have a Lee Enfield. Used it in one of my videos. Let's see. That is a... I think that... Oh, no, there's still some more chainmail up in the corner here. Fair enough. Now, let's see. There we go. No, it used a ramrod. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Then it's something out of my scope of knowledge. All right, there is that. Unless Martini Henry's used ramrods. I don't know. I can't remember. Let's see. Okay. There's a little more chainmail in the back here. May have actually been older than that. Yeah, fair enough. If it's using ramrods and like packing down was French. Oh, fair enough. Then yeah, I wouldn't I don't know French arms very well. I'm not I'm not big on French firearms. They upset me. All right, now let's see. We got some fun stuff going on there. Also, I see someone's like, you have to see this in the chat. Hold on. Someone pinged me. Hold on. Let's take a look. You got to see the grilled his burger with fries, ranch, and bacon. Okay, I'm excited to see this. Let's see. Let's see what do we see here? Hold on. Let me pull you up. Put you there. Go here, and we are looking right here. What on God's green earth is this, dude? Oh my God, it gets better the more I look at it. Fries, ketchup, freaking mayonnaise or something, the bun, bacon, and pizza? Jeez. I would... Arguably the most American thing of all time. How have I never heard of this? One. And B, how have I never tried to make... Oh my God, this looks incredible. It's perfect. I would so be down for that. Only thing missing is a 9mm casing somewhere. But, oh my God, dude. That is actually... Yeah, I could, yeah. I'm sold on that. I want to try this. That's a new bucket list thing for me. That we all just discovered just today. Is the what it's called, the grilled Pittsburgh. So it's like a Peachburger. Peachburger with fries, ranch, and bacon. Okay. You say beans on toast is bad. Beans on toast? Ew. The top bun might low-key be a pizza bagel. Nah. Oh, like one of those bagel bites? One of like those Hot Pocket-ish things? Or bagel bites? I forget what they were called. Oh my god, dude. But that is... I would be so down to try that. You made the name. I have no clue what it's called for real. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I like the, but I like the idea of the peach churger with fries, ranch, and bacon. Or the piz churger. I don't know how you'd pronounce it. I would think peach churger. I want it. I want this. I want it. I think that would be good. How would you... So you just put your fingers on the top of the pizza and you just go for it, is kind of what I'm thinking is happening here, right? Because, yeah. I just look up burger with pizza bun and fries and bacon in Google to be taken to this masterpiece. Yeah, well, someone really did something beyond... Someone went above and beyond the Call of Duty with this one. What is ranch? I don't know how to explain it. I also haven't had ranch in forever. Unironically, which is kind of funny. But ranch is pretty good. It's a little tangy, I think. I don't think I'm thinking of tartar sauce with fish and chips. Oh, God, I love tartar sauce with fish and chips. My God. Can't make fun of the British for fish and chips, okay? I'll give them that. Beans and toast. Well, I would eat that, but... You've earned another sub, glory to the peach sugar. Hell yeah, the peach sugar is doing numbers. Tartar sauce? Fair enough. Misclick? What? Don't know what he's yapping about. But, yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Good find. Good find, because, yeah, I will... Yeah, I'll... let me save that real quick, dude. Ranch loses to blue cheese. Only cheese I'm doing is Kraft macaroni and cheese, like a true American kid. Hold on, I'm actively saving the Piz Churger to my PC, so stand by. This is shared between my... Okay, who cares? Okay, now it's saved. Perfect. Mayo, sour cream, buttermilk, dill, parsley, chive, salt, onion powder, garlic powder. That's ranch. Cool. I thought ranch was ranch. I thought a 2-year-old toddler in a high seat once threw ranch at me one day because I was eating at an outdoor restaurant with my family, and the next thing you know, get a big glob of what I think is ranch right here. Right there. And I look across the way, and I see a 2-year-old toddler flailing around, as 2-year-old toddlers do in a public space, with a fry. And I go, how did a kid 2 tables away from me throw ranch from there and hit my eye? It was not ranch. It was a bird that had taken a fat dump on me and hit me right here. And I somehow caught my eye. Yeah, you're sorry for my loss? Yeah, it was a seagull. It was not a child. It was a bird. Yeah, and so yeah, it gets a little bit different. It goes from a little bad to a little, wow, that's quite a conundrum, but that's crazy. To a bird defecated on my right here under my eye. Seagull, child, same difference. I mean, the thing, what's crazy is I wasn't looking up, okay? I'm looking down. I am looking down. Or I'm looking straight ahead, okay? And I think I was looking down. So I don't know, and also, here's another thing. I don't know how this happened. Here's another thing. I eventually look up and I see the seagull, the bird, flying above me. Okay, I look up. It's flying this way. This way. Think about that for a second. It hit me here. My face is straight up and down. It's straight up and down like this. It hits me here, yet the seagull's flying that way. How does it hit me like that? It would have to be coming from the other way and then take a dump, and then the way the frickin' arc of travel would go, it would naturally hit me, right? Except it was flying the other way. Wind. It was only 10 feet above me. That's the other thing. 10 feet, at least 10 feet. 10 feet above me. That was it. Maybe 15. And it was not when multiple birds. It might have been. It might have been the Battle of Midway. Did I taste test it? I did not taste test it. Thank God. Thank God I did not taste test it. I think what happened was my mom was there as well, and I was a small kid at this. I was a small kid. And so I get it on my face, and I distinctly remember it. Traumatizing moment, you know, scarred me for life. But I do the classic kid thing when they get something on them. Very, very, very tried and true method. I do this. I do that, right? And so then my mom looks, and she goes, what? And so she wipes it off my face, freaking stat, right? And then it was like, she was like, oh, this is, oh, a bird defecated on you. Yeah, it did. It did. And then we went about our meal, but it was, yeah, it was an it's the only time I've ever been crapped on by a bird. Only time. And I've been around birds, okay? Birds have pooped on poles. I've freaking accidentally put my hand on where they pooped on the poles. Never been pooped on for years. For my whole life, only once. But the one time, it wasn't the classic hits you right here on the shirt, right? Hits your hat. No, it was on the eye. Somehow my eye didn't get infected. Don't know how that happened. When it was literally like right here. Like it coated right here. It wasn't down here. It wasn't down here. It was right here. Somehow did not splash and break the freaking surface. So anyways, that there's my... Don't know how I got there, but yeah, that was an experience, to say the least. Well, let's see here. Reminds me of a time I ran around chasing a pigeon and ran headfirst into an angled metal pole. Core memory, and I cried for a while. Fair enough. Long stream. It is a long stream. I was able to do some discussion, and I was able to get to do longer streams. Let me take a look at what we have left here. I think we still have some... Yeah. We have a little bit of chainmail going. So I think I'll get the chainmail. And then I might skedaddle after we finish the chainmail. But I was able to, come up with some more schedule stuff to kind of do this for longer, because I'm enjoying it. I hope everyone else is enjoying it as well. At least getting some entertainment out of it. Oddly political stream. I'll try to freaking keep that out next time and just stick to the paint and stuff. But when you do nothing but talk, you'll eventually get somewhere. So I'm not gonna harp on it too crazy and be like, oh my god, it's terrible, because at the end of the day, talk is important. But let's see here. I think now, with all the chainmail somewhat done, let me get the back part one more time. And there. Perfect. Bin face counts as politics? No, but there's other stuff that at least where I'm from, people classify as politics now again. I live in a town where everyone's silent. It's scary. It's kind of spooky, to say the least. But it's fun. Thankfully, I work here on the internet. And I think that's honestly the place to be right here. Is this chainmail. I think that's where we're going to call it a pause for now. What we got done, I did this right before the stream, but I had settled on a bone jutting out of the frickin' the dude there. We worked on the bones back here, which took a while. This was a little tedious, but it was well worth it. And we got something that looks okay, I think. I think it looks all right. I'm pretty stoked with it. Tons more to do. You seen the... Guns is a hard topic sometimes. Yeah, that's fair. You seen the midwinter mini? You mean midwinter minis? What's he up to nowadays? I haven't seen him in a fair bit. But he was... Actually, I watched his videos. His videos kind of got me into painting. I watched, his intro videos. They were very useful. I really appreciated those. Don't know what he's doing now. I know he was in hot water once for doing AI Servitor Skull or something. I don't remember. I think it was something akin to that. Was it? And then... Mossy, was there anything specific about the you seen Midwinter minis, or was that just out there? Just if I've seen him. I have seen him. From what I've seen, good stuff. I like him. He's cool. And yeah, helped me learn to paint when I was first getting into the hobby. His intro to painting was a great video. I loved it a lot. Very, very useful. He did a Count Binface mini. Ah, fair enough. I would have to look up on Count Binface. Is that something? I don't know where a Count Binface is. I'm gonna look it up though. Hold on. I'm gonna Google it. I want to see what all this fuss is about. Count Binface. What? Okay, hold on. Is this the correct guy? Is this correct? I'm not being... This is it, right? That's him. Okay. And he's trying to... And he has a YouTube channel? It's Democracy... Joe, Count Binface says no. Count Binface should be... What the fuck is going on in Europe? The fact that someone like this has gained a bunch of traction is kind of cool, and I think that is dope as all heck, but what on God's green earth? A combined vote would be enough to count... What? I mean, that's quite wow, okay. You know, I thought American politics were wild. And they were all I ever would pay attention to back when I did. But okay, hold on. The UK, British land, they're kind of cooking. Wow. Look at all that fun stuff. Okay. You know what? GG. GG. The Brits are odd. Yeah, he's the best option, no joke. Yeah, fair enough. He's the only good option now. He's a proper politician. My God. Okay, well, fair enough. Tackle rubbish politics. Put locals first. Transparency, not trash. Cleaner future for Clacton. Wow. Well, no politics, just common sense in a bin. Well, that would be that. I can get behind that. Okay, well, fair enough. Trust you, the theme song is peak. Yeah, maybe so. Well, fair enough. I learned about Count Binface today. I wasn't expecting that. But, everywhere you go, there you are. And wow, this is hilarious. This is kind of funny. I'm going to be real. This is kind of funny. I just want to do Count Binface in the state of UK politics. The state of UK politics. Creepy old British guy, Count Binface. I think that about sums up all I need to know. That's kind of funny. Well, I'll leave it there. One of his policies is spending more time in Clacton than the USA. Don't know what Clacton is. I was connecting, now it's reconnecting. Now, hopefully... Also, creepy guy is Farage. Any old British person is creepy. Some are creepier than others, but yeah, old British people. Oof. Did I? Okay, well, I think I found the... Sorry. I just found that since I was about to... Farage is super racist. Fair enough. I found a miniature somehow. Oh yeah, it was right here. So that's kind of funny. Charity Warhammer match. Oh, so this might be where that was from. Warhammer 40,000 painting Binface. Wait, so was he an actual, like... So was he a freaking... That's not painting the Binface miniature. That doesn't look like Count Bin. So did Warhammer do an actual... I wish I cared. I wish I cared. I am, you know, Farage is a Nazi. Kinda. Yeah. Fair enough. Very interesting. That's kind of funny. Wow, that's just 3D. Wow, okay, so there's a whole... They got a whole thing going on there. That's funny. Huh. Full metal model, by the way. Now, hold on. Was that... So is he based on a miniature, or did they make a miniature off of him? Hold on. Wait. Count bin face miniature. So was he like... Also, what is this? Is this Midwinter Minis? It probably isn't, right? Oh, that's Miniscape. Troublemaker Games. Wait, so... Okay, it's a mini of him. Fair enough, fair enough. Mini based on him. Got it. Just for a second, I'm like, wait, they made a mini of him. Fair. We're gonna just watch. We're gonna watch the ads. I don't buy California avocados at the fucking... Sorry. You know, the Kansas City... At Wichita, Kansas City, we buy California avocados. Or. Huh. That's kind of fun. He has his own thing that made him into a mini. That's kind of cool to get yourself made in a miniature, huh? The theme tune? Okay, fucking all right. You did buy one, fair enough. Well, very, now there's my kind of content right there. I like that. That I will put on in the background later. Huh. I learned about Count Binface today, but that was fun. Very interesting. Okay, now the stream went on a little longer. I was able to kind of, you know, fudge some numbers and figure it out, which was cool. Now hold on, let me go back there, get you back up and running. Perfect. I had fun. We painted a bit of Mortarion going on happening, and we got some bone stuff done, which I thought looks pretty neat. So we're making progress. It's slow going. There's a, you know, this is the biggest model I've ever painted as far as like brush painting and stuff like that. But it was certainly an interesting thing to try, and I enjoyed it. I had fun doing it, at least. Hopefully, you had fun watching. And let's see, we'll probably be streaming Thursday, God willing. I'll be streaming Thursday. Not tomorrow, and then Saturday. We'll see what happens Saturday. I might be able to work something out on the Saturday day. But until then, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. This was fun. I had a good time. Biggest mini, yeah. Well, my biggest, yeah. So obviously there's a Warlord Titan back there, but he was airbrush and stuff like that. This guy's all brush painting essentially. Like, you know, never painted a space. Usually I paint him this big, but now I'm painting some guy this big, so it's a little different. Also, I don't know if I mean, the Warlord Titan a mini? That's debatable. That might be more controversial than any of the politics we discussed. I don't know if I would count it as a mini. Who knows? What do you think? Let me know. Who knows? I don't. Either way, I had fun. We went on side tangents. I'll try to keep it. I'll try to freaking keep it all freaking rung in next time. I freaking let it go a little too far. But hey, we're having fun. Okay, guys. I'm skedaddling. Y'all be good. Stay awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the community. It's awesome. If you want to join the Discord, I have a Patreon and I think I have a Patreon. Don't know if I've put it live yet. I also have YouTube memberships, and those guys get access to the Patreon, so you can join in the community, ask for tips from the community, and we're always pitching in and saying stuff about other stuff. So all around, we got some good stuff going on. But until I see you next time, ladies and gentlemen, good day to you all. Oh, that is the wrong tab. Hold on. No, we're here. No, we're good. Wait, where'd everyone go?